everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
And today we're taking a look at the 13th, I think, 12th, I think it's the 13th, Unlock pack of games called Extraordinary Adventures. If you've never played an Unlock game before, well, you'll have to go watch another review, but just know that these are an escape room game that uses an app. So when this is done, you can play through it again. So there's 3 of them in here, and I'm not going to really give you an overview. I'm just going to talk about them real quick. So Restart, you are entering a 90s video game, Jumanji style. I think you're in the game.
I thought we were just playing it.
I thought yeah. Pretty sure we were just playing it.
I am that involved that it was me who was the character. Then Hollywood Confidential, you are going back to the yesteryear, 30s or 40s, and trying to solve a crime in Hollywood. And then Wafts of Odyssey, you crash land on a planet, and you need to, well, basically get off that planet with the help of this very cute dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about these. We'll start with they have them in order with how difficult they are, and I think that's kind of true. Restart is a video game. What did you think of this one?
It was fun. I mean, I thought the puzzles were pretty neat. There were instances where it was like, oh, I didn't think that would work. Especially near the end.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought the very, very ending of this one was one of the silliest endings ever.
And Violet accidentally predicted it.
Yeah.
Like, right before it happened. But it was fun. But yeah, you were like, oh, we're going into a video game. No, it didn't really seem like that. It really just seemed like...
Okay, but it acted like a video game.
Okay. Yes.
Because it was a video game. I like the puzzles in this one.
That's true, there was some video
game
game
And I like how the plot was easier to follow. Apparently Daddy couldn't follow it, but...
What do you mean I couldn't follow it?
It was kind of funny how it was like,
Jumanji.
oh, this is a
I'm saying it's
fantasy
like
game.
Jumanji.
I love how it was like, oh, this is a fantasy game. No, it isn't. Not anymore. For, like, certain bits.
There was some weird parts of it, and it had the whole, like, oh, the video game. There's actually one thing in here that I don't know that anyone younger than 20 would have gotten. I got it.
I don't remember that.
Well, I'll explain it to you later. So that one is good. What would we rate Restart?
I'd also give it an 8. I really liked the game. I thought the puzzles were interesting, and they weren't too difficult to figure out.
It was pretty straightforward, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it an 8.5. I like the story. I like the charm. I like the nostalgia. Like, oh, these are the video games I played as a kid. It feels like that. And there's some really silly nonsense in there, too, that I thought was pretty funny. There's like a moment in the game, and it's not really a spoiler, but the bad guy's like, oh, I've been the bad guy all along. And you're like, okay. Anyway, it was so stupid.
I was like, oh.
Weren't you the bad guy all along anyway?
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the second one here, Hollywood Confidential. Now, this one has some weird art in it, in the sense that all the art they use is, they basically call people in this, like Marilyn Monroe is in this, and one of the Three Stooges is in it, but they're not those people. Like Curly, the Three Stooges, and he's just the police
appearance.
guy. Yeah, whoever drew the art for this, it really throws you off, because you keep seeing these famous people, but they're not famous. But anyway, this one has a gimmick. And the gimmick is you can go to the telephone directory and type in where you want to go. That gimmick is more like an old text adventure where you type in whatever and hope that it works. What did you think of Hollywood Confidential? I'll ask Ruby first.
Although, like, the description of... you said type in and see what works. That's essentially the entire thing. Like, you type in as many words as you can because you literally have no idea which word it's going to be unless it's blatantly obvious.
Yes,
Is it
Violet?
my turn? Okay. I did not like this game all that much.
Yeah.
We know that.
There were just too many aspects of it that irritated me while I was going through the playthrough. Like, the calling was fine, but like trying to figure out who you needed to call was so irritating. And it was also annoying because all the cards you needed clues on, you couldn't get clues because they were letters. Why would they not add a letter for the clue book?
Oh, yes.
also thought there
Speaking
were
of
too many
that,
red
I
herrings.
bought this. So this is a side note here. Unlock has a clue system where if you're not sure what to do, you can type in the number of the card. If a card, sometimes cards have letters on them, and then hopefully they give you a number, but that number doesn't work. Some Unlock games recently have come with a whole book that walk you through. This copy that we got did not have a book that came through it. I found one online in French that I was able to kind of scan through because we got stuck in this game sometimes and couldn't figure out what to do next. But, you know, that was kind of an annoying thing. And you said you didn't like this one. I also did not like it. There were some very blatant dead ends that did nothing. Remember?
Yeah, I was like, that's too many red herrings.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly, any is kind of annoying in a board game.
Or like an escape game.
Anyway, yeah, well, you guys were there. We did an escape room one time that had lots of red herrings in it. We didn't like that one
Red herrings
that
are only
much.
fun in books.
They're like, hey, here's some stuff. What's it used for? Nothing. And this one, basically the game is just you typing in every word you find on these cards. Here's an address. Type it in. I don't know what address to type in, so I'll type in go to hospital. Maybe that will work. You know, and it just... Also, the story was
I couldn't figure out.
so boring.
I had no idea what I had no idea what we were doing, in all honesty. I'm like, whose side are we on?
Well, we
Yeah,
were private detectives.
But it
How-
really, I thought that we were like one of the main antagonists at the beginning. I was like, wait, that's not us?
It was confusing. Yeah, we got through it, but even the ending was so meh. This was not a great one. What would you rate it?
6.
That's really high.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
This is one of my
Wow.
most disliked ones. You?
I'd give it a 4. I think some
Oh,
people
higher than me then.
I think some people would like it, but it was quite bad.
Okay. Well, that was the worst one she's ever played.
Multiple
Yeah.
times.
During the game. If I would have rated it during the game, she would have given it a 1.
Maybe.
She was yelling a lot. All right, and then the last one, Waffle's Odyssey, or Waff's Odyssey. So you crash land on a planet, you find a dog, and this one has some very unique puzzles. Some puzzles, this is one where I think we actually got ahead a little bit because
Yeah.
there was a couple moments in there where we solved something ahead of time than we were supposed to. And then we
Yeah.
were like, I think we're too far, so we went back, and later on we came to that same thing. We're like, we know what to do. But this one has a lot of stuff with the app,
Yeah.
which makes sense. The app is this dog. If
And
they
I guess
could
it
afford
fits
it,
the theme.
I guess if they could afford it, you would have got one of those little, those little toy dogs that you can snap your fingers and they move their head.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I bought one
think
for
it
Holly
was-
one time and she played with it for a day.
I think Clara got when she played it for a month.
Yeah,
And then
but,
it broke.
I played with that for a while. Yeah.
but I feel like that's what this game is trying to pretend that you have one of those dogs. And so you're doing different things with it. I thought it had some very clever puzzles in it. The final puzzle was pretty hard.
I don't really remember the final.
It was a 3-dimensional puzzle.
Whatever, I'll figure it out later.
The
Oh,
one that-
I snatched it away from you because I was tired of you just not knowing what to do.
okay.
Ruby called the plot twist, I think 5 seconds into the game.
Everyone called the plot twist 5 seconds into the game.
No, it was Violet.
Oh, it was fine, yeah.
Everyone knew.
I was like, I don't recall.
I was
there
like, nah, it's
being
not
a
true,
plot
and I knew it was true. But this one was fun. Do you think it was the hardest of the 3?
No.
No, Holly was hardest. But Holly
Yeah,
was
but
hard not
like-
because it was hard, but because we just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, like I'd say, if Hollywood Confidential was a bit more fun, that one would probably be the most difficult because you had to like genuinely think during some of the puzzles.
I'm pretty sure you had to genuinely think during most of these puzzles, but
I think you should genuinely think when you play a board
No,
game.
I mean yeah, but like more.
Ruby's like, I don't have to think. I can turn my brain off and solve stuff. But what would you give Waff's Odyssey?
I like this one a lot. 8.5.
Okay.
I'd give it an 8. I thought some of the puzzles were like kind of annoying, but like the majority of them were quite fun to do, and I liked the theme as well. It was like easy to follow, and also we played it right after Hollywood Confidential.
That's true.
So my standards were so low that was a way better game.
Yeah.
That's true. I was like, we have to play a good one. We played Restart one day, then we played the other two another day. But Wafsaza, you're right. I give it an 8 too. I like it. A lot of it's going to be like, oh, look how cute this dog is. Look how you're interacting with the dog, because you interact with the dog. Pretty much the whole game is figuring out how to interact with the dog to do this. What do you do here? And then it had some, map stuff and some other stuff going on, and it was interesting.
And yet I still don't know how to pronounce waff or wow.
Waffle?
Really?
No.
Okay.
Because then you would eat them. Anyhow, so that's this one. Overall, it's a good one. I'm always happy when I buy an unlock if 2 of the 3 are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it almost always is 2 of the 3 are good. And you know what? Some of you might like the Hollywood Confidential. I just found it to be tired and the same old thing. The other 2, though, are very video gamey.
Yeah.
Restart's like an old video game. WAF is like a more modern video game, somewhat.
Yeah.
So if you like video games, you'll enjoy these. And which one had the really dumb... Okay, yes. They all have video game aspects. Even Hollywood Confidential had a video game aspect.
Oh, yeah.
There was one moment in the middle which was fun. One very brief moment, remember?
Violet sucked at it.
When we had to go after the gangsters. Okay? Yes, so that was fun. Unfortunately, so if you don't like video games in your board games, I don't think you would like this one as much, because there's a lot of that.
Ruby, how dare you say I suck? For all you know, they could have been a gangster.
No.
Whatever.
Anyway, that's Unlock the Extraordinary Adventures. They're running out of adjectives. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
See you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. And you can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vassell.